We're live. What's going on, mother lovers? Check this. Yeah. Shout out to Black Einstein. Don Smithered, what's going on? Yeah, baby. You know about that. This is the only time I can really get to swim properly. I don't know if it's to do with what I heard is the bone density. The bone density, do you know what I mean? So I can't really float in the water like I'm meant to. Yeah, but like this.
What happens if you do swim? Do you sort of flip over or something, or what's?
I can swim. It's just that I can only take a few breaths, and then for the rest of my swimming, I'm underwater. Like I get deep. You know what I mean? Like
it'd be alright scuba diving or something, or
some
sort of sub-aqua
with the flippers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too shy. I'm proud to say that I have armbands every now and again, just to keep myself, you know what I mean, afloat like I should. Welcome to the show, mother lovers. This is something you might not never know nothing about. My name is MysDiggi, alongside my co-host Dan DNA, holding down the boards as usual. See it there? Yeah. What's going on? How's everybody out there, man? What's your week been like? Let us know. Hit us up. Please share. What have I got to say? You got to say share, subscribe, like. Yeah. Even if you don't like me, just like the video.
And you can hit the like button.
From there it looks mad.
You can hit the thumbs up button. If you don't like it, hit it twice. No, three times.
Hit it twice.
Or
you can hit the thumbs down. Apparently thumbs down is like even... Nah.
What, that even counts? Yeah, right.
Yeah, for some reason they say if you get enough don't likes, that means a lot of people like it. Because someone's got to like it for them to not like it, I guess. But the way the algorithms work with YouTube, a friend of mine was saying, if you do want no likes. You want some people to not like it because then they're like, look at this. You know, people are that dumb in it. They're like, haters. Yeah. Look at this shit I don't like, man. This pisses me off, man. Look at this. I fucking hate these people. I hate this. Look at this shit. It's weird. I don't know why people do that. Like, hey, feel like I do. Well, I don't want to feel like that, bruv. So that happens. So, if you don't like it, it's cool. But please share it. Get it out there. We're going to be talking to a special guest in a little while. You know what I mean? But we got to do some, what did you call it? Housework.
House clean. I think it's...
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Thank you.
It.
That's why we got the guest.
Housekeeping.
No lemon fresh.
Housekeeping. That's the worst, boy. When you're out gigging, people late night, get to the hotel about 6 a.m. You just melt over the bed, and then like 20 minutes later, housekeeping. The worst is when they come in. They just like open the door. You're like, right, bruv, come on, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's messed up, man. But hey, what can you do, man? So last week we were talking about a bunch of different things. Obviously, I was letting you know about this scar on my neck, how I got it. And then we moved into some other things as well. I started talking about this thing called the trivium. And there's a couple people asking about it. Shout out to Tubalicious in the house. Yes. What's that? He says, was with a bro the other day, and he says, MysDiggi is the UK's best rapper. Thought I'd see what a motherfucker is going on with today. Yeah, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? What does that equate now? What equates to being the best rapper? It's tricky nowadays, man. The way a lot of people talk now is you have to have had 50, 60 albums out by your 5th year in the game.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world now.
You've got to be selling a lot of things other than records. That constitutes...
What, like your soul?
Yeah.
I mean...
Or, anything. Anything other than actual records.
Yeah,
You've got to
true.
talk about, in your track, you've got to talk about all the things you're selling. Like the stuff that you're just selling.
All the money you're making.
All the money you're making from other things than music.
Yeah.
You don't make anything from music.
Well, that's what I was going to get into.
As long as you've got loads of hustles, you're a good rapper.
Yeah,
That's
and
how
I
most
think
people see
the
it.
music world has really turned into that now, where it's not so much about you selling the music. It's like the music is helping you sell a bunch of other stuff, like your merch.
Oh, yeah, there's those ones as well. Yeah.
People selling Frankfurters, like
Yeah.
they labeled Frankfurters and that. What kind of
All
branded?
those the new type jean rappers were selling Frankfurters.
Tight G rappers, boy. Yeah, so it's a different world, but I definitely appreciate those kind of words. Keeps me going, you know what I mean? This is what keeps me doing it. Shout out to Tubbs in the building. So last week, like I was saying, about the Trivium. This came up because I was talking about how there was an army back in the day in the old school Germany, which was called Prussia. So it's a Prussian army. And, they had learnt the Trivium. They'd been taught the Trivium I think, via the army, actually, because it was in schools anyway. And then they got told, they need to do some crazy act for the government, against some other territory, I guess. But they declined it. They're like, nah, we're not doing that. And they're like, why? And for them, it didn't make any logical sense. They're like, nah, they really thought about it in the way that they should, They got the information from the guy up top, obviously worked out what he was saying, worked out what it meant, and then declined. And a lot of people put that on the fact that they'd learned, these liberal arts. So they're not about learning in school per se. It's not to do with any subject in school. It's just to do with, instead of being taught, what to think, you're being taught how to think with this. And so it's how to think about anything. It's like everything applies. Whatever type of information you're getting in, you're gonna
process it
in a certain way.
Yeah.
You're not gonna process it in the way that we've been taught sort of through our life, through school, which is, oh, this book says we should do it like this, or this book says this is how this works, so that means that's how it works. Instead, we should be going through that process as well to find out if it does work that way ourselves, and that way we're understanding it more. And so that's what this this whole way of learning does for you. And for those guys, they were like, fuck that shit. We ain't doing none of that, bruv. You ain't making no sense to us. And then from then, the government right, we need to take this out of the schooling system, because otherwise we can't control these people like we want them to, like the way we want to. And then it spread out. That was just like a virus and spread out throughout the world. They were like, yo, take this shit out of the schools now, because otherwise we ain't gonna be able to get to the sort of place we're in now. You know what I mean? And shout to there's a few people that hit me up about that as well. They asked for the link to the book. I've got it here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can, look. Look how beautiful it is as well. It does this. Nah. And then you can move on. So as you can see, let me just flash it up again. As you can see, classic liberal arts. It's about grammar, logic, and rhetoric, in that order as well. There are other books claiming to be the Trivium, but you'll see that they have this in the wrong order. It won't be grammar, logic, and rhetoric. It will be logic, grammar, and rhetoric. So look out for that, because they'll try and jerk you, and it doesn't make sense any other way. You get the grammar first, you get the words first, and then you process them words, and then you explain what them words are. That's it. Yeah, so I
the
think
Trivium is not guns, money, drugs, and bitches. That's not the
Nah,
Trivium.
I'm sorry,
That's not
man.
the real Trivium.
Nah, I'm sorry, guys.
That's the modern day Trivium.
Yeah, what can I say, man? Really and truly, there's only one way to really understand things. There's not like loads of different ways to understand things. There's only one real pathway. And I think that's the way to do it. And hearing stories like that, to me, you know, it applies because it's like, right, I already felt a bit of a way about, you know, people going to war for a country. And especially when they don't know why they're going to war, they're just doing it because they've been told to. And even to the point where I never wanted to watch any of them, you know, any sort of war films. Or I was like, oh, I ain't going to enjoy that. This is a bunch of people killing each other. That's crazy. Until I watched the film where they showed how crazy these people are. So I was like, oh, right. Okay, I'm not the only one who's thinking, you know, I was like, right, it feels like everyone's cool with this. Like it's just normal. And then obviously you start hearing more and more stories about what happens out there that you could never even think about. You know, obviously I've got friends that have spoken about situations they've been in. And you're just like, wow, how is this carrying on then? How does this carry on? But, you know, obviously it's way bigger than any of us can think of. Yeah, see, when I'm on the speedboat, that's when I feel good. Yeah, it's way bigger than any of us can think of because, you know, this shit has gone on forever. Anyway, what's going on, brother?
We didn't get onto the housekeeping.
Yeah,
we got blue footage in the chat.
Shout out to Blue Fliggy.
Charlie Zoot.
Yeah. So what's Blue saying? Dislikes.
Even dislikes show engagement.
Yeah, see it there. What's going on, Charlie Zoot? Doug Taylor. He's saying, love the tunes. Recently discovered Cock-a-doodle-doo. Yes.
Oh.
Thank you, brother.
You're more.
Your ma, what's going on? Your ma's in the building. That's right. Mother lover. That's your mother lover, right? Your mother lover. I'm getting there with the accent, slowly and surely, you know. Slowly but surely, bro.
So the housekeeping...
Housekeeping. So there's a couple gigs coming up. And yeah, obviously, guys, we know, you know what I mean? We know what situation we're in, so I ain't trying to get too excited. But I'll tell you now.
Oh, let's go to the first gig. Sorry.
The next time I get to go on stage and perform, earth, wind, and fire up in this mother lover. Earth, wind, fire, obviously with the flows. You know, we go all the way with the elements. Metrofest. It's going to be August the 8th. Yeah, I've got to chat to 279 as well. We've got to get 279 on here, man, because I ain't spoke to him in a while, so it'll be good to have a conversation. Metrofest, August the 8th. Look at that lineup, mother lovers. Fat Joe. Going to make you lean back. This is going to be in Trent Park. So it's just north. I think that's kind of Enfieldy sides, them ways. You know what I mean? So North London. Mm-hmm. Black Street. I like the way you working. No diggity. I ain't going to try and sing everyone's song. Yeah. So we got Eve, Maya, Bobby V, John B, Tony Touch, Fat Man Scoop. Jeez. Flavor of the month with my brother 279. Skinny Man's going to be there. You got a hip-hop karaoke. Obviously, DJ 279. So fresh, so clear. Myself, MysDiggi. DJ Lock's going to be with me. You know what I mean? Come down and get busy. I didn't even mean to do that right there. You see the link for the tickets? It'll be good to see you, mother lovers. I think that's going to be the first time on stage since the Rona wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Earth, wind, fire. Oh. But yeah, let me calm down because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really going to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the next one.
Yeah, calm down. The next one is September, what is that?
3rd of September.
Yeah, September 3rd.
Yeah, Friday, 3rd of September.
Yeah, and that's more of a poetry thing. That's Born Lippy, as you can see the lineup there. Imogen, Sterling. Oh, let me get this up on the screen because I can't see it.
It says it's actually Thursday the 2nd until Sunday the 4th. So you're doing just the Friday, right? Yeah. So it's 3 days, Thursday, Friday.
Hold on, let me check that.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I think I'm there Friday. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's in Newcastle. Well, up near Newcastle. Yeah. it's gonna be a fun one, man. I really enjoy doing poetry nights because I always feel awkward there. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm a poet. You know, the way poets perform and the way they write. But then it's nice to just have people sitting there listening to your lyrics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely more...
With the incense sticks.
Yeah. They want to hear the words. That's the other thing. So the music's a tiny bit quieter.
Yeah.
They want to
Tiny
hear
bit
the
quieter.
words.
Most they want acapellas and that.
They do like an acapella.
Yeah.
You've got plenty that work.
just
You've
sit
got loads that
down.
work as acapellas, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's it's appreciated even to get put in them sort of lineups to be honest because
They appreciate some of the you live and you learn type, something a bit more poetry based.
Oh yeah, the limericks. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that's true actually. Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be there on the 2nd. So that's the Friday, right?
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah. I'm gonna be
Friday the 3rd.
My bad.
Thursday the 2nd, Friday the 3rd.
Yeah. Okay, I'm there Friday the 3rd.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That will make up for that.
That makes sense.
That makes sense because you thought it was the 1st today, so that means that makes up for that day.
I'm messing up with the dates you got, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yes, man. What else have we got? What else is coming up? Oh, yeah, there's possible date in Huddersfield, but... Oh, yeah, I got to wait to hear back about that. But, yeah, we'll see what goes on, man. Hopefully, we can get back to some form of normality, as they say. Whatever that means, some form of normality. Nah, man, we need to get back to a real normality, yeah? Forget all of this pretending it's normal. Let's just, we need to scrape the pot a bit, man. We need to get rid of some of this, There's a lot of, I think, there's a problem with, obviously, people just kind of getting used to the way we are now. That's kind of worrying for me, to be honest. Like the more, it's just the way when you're out and about, the more you see people just really still masked up and looking like they don't want to be out there. That's not helping other people. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're in a hospital, you're in a bed and you're looking at other sick people. It doesn't make you feel any better. And that's what it feels like when you're walking around sometimes. Like, come on, man. The sun is out. It's a bit warmer. Like,
people are hugging each other over the football. It's like if you haven't seen people celebrating the football and you still think, oh, it's still a massive pandemic thing going on or whatever it is, and you've actually developed some kind of problem in the meantime.
Like, yeah, man, we need to move on. Just move on. And even just ignore what they're saying, and just see it for yourself, because bloody hell. So hopefully we can get back to the gigs, because it's bin time, bruv. It's bin time. Yeah. All right, I think that's the housekeeping done.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We sorted it all out. Right. Let's get into this, man. We got my brother right here. Special guest. Ex-Army Commando. Actor. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actor.
We need to get like a clap kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Luke Hardy. What's going
His
on,
camera's
bro?
gone off.
Stage name.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna have
Ready
to.
for my close-up. Well,
He's gonna have to be in black for the minute. It's not because he's anonymous, because I'm gonna get the other camera sorted. Hold on.
Oh.
mysterious.
Yeah, you can see.
See the side of my head.
Oh, yeah. You
Where-
can
Look
see
to
it.
that camera.
camera
Look
one.
to that camera.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that's
camera
it.
two,
Yeah.
Camera one.
Yeah, man.
To there and smile.
Yes, anyway. Yeah, it'd be good to see you there, bruv. For real. You see that line up there? You know what I mean? If you're there, man, get on the mic, bruv. I'll get you on, bruv. For real. Because it's been a minute since we've got to spit it. There's like, so many times I've just been thinking about shows. Like all through this, lockdown, I've been thinking about, man, that time I was playing in there. And I've been thinking about even just chatting outside when you're drunk after the gig. to someone you don't even know. They're spitting in your face, telling you, oh, they really... And like, even that shit, I've been thinking about it. Like, man, I miss that, bruv. I miss that shit. The smell of piss in the alleyway. Because you're outside there blazing a zoot with... Yeah? All right, I got carried away there.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Oh, where's it sorted now?
I think so. It might
It's a new setup.
Yeah.
Give you a break,
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Yo,
Hey. Luke Hardy in the building. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks. Oh, I've gone again. Shit.
Oh, there you go. The
we
gremlins.
might have a dodgy, some sort of dodgy cable. Hold on.
Oh, shit. Let's see how this goes. Yes.
Back.
How's that? Nah. Yeah, it's them.
Back.
Them leads might be.
Oh, gone.
Should we try straighten out or something? Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, as we just saw the technical hitch. Yes. This is the other book, by the way. Once you do the trivium, you go on to the quadrivium. What? As you can see there. These are the 4 roads. These books, man. When I first got them, you know when you was a kid and you got a new toy in that, and you used to sleep with it, like,
yeah, you just
not
put
in the
them
Luke Hardy way. Yeah. Oh, I had a dummy, so that was the only rubber I had. This is a bit weird talking about things like this with kids. But yeah, quadrivium. These are 4 classical liberal arts. So you've got the number, which is basically like maths, you know.
The blue screen.
Yeah, your top screen. His top screen.
Oh,
I got a fish on my top. You know what? I was going to wear black as well. I need to wear black now.
You know what? I was
Dark
thinking
colours.
of wearing my morph suit and see what happens.
Floating
I
floating head.
got a green morph suit, man.
Have you?
Yeah. Don't ask me where I got it. So 4 classical liberal arts: number, yeah, geometry, music, and cosmology, and it's in that order as well. So you got number, which is arithmetic; geometry, which is numbers in space; then music, which is numbers in time; and then cosmology, which is numbers in space and time. And, you know, so think about that, man. It takes you from the beginning. Them 7 roads takes you from the beginning. What a word is like, or what a letter is like, I should say. Starts off with the letter, then moves on to the word, then the sentence, then, you know, the stanza, the whatever, the paragraph. But it starts from there, and then you go through all of that, and you end up in the cosmos. You end up with cosmology to finish it off. What does that mean? And people that got into that, or that learnt it, they felt liberated. They felt free. They understood what was going on. They understood who they were, what they were hearing, what they were saying. They understood everything a lot more. So I think it's important for all of us to do it, especially when I see those signs, like them taking it away from the schooling system. Oh, that means we're meant to learn this. No? Do you know what I mean? To me, it does anyway. I'm sure to a few of you lot it does, man. Yamor says a better version of normality. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. A better version as opposed to what we had before even. Because what we had before obviously was a trick, was everyone not knowing they're pretending to be alive and living and being normal. You know what I mean?
Do you want to just, because that's just going on and off all the time, so do you want to just leave it on that one for a minute?
Yeah, man.
Still...
You can see the room, mother lovers. So, Luke, what's going on, brother?
Not much. Just enjoyed my 2 hours, 45-minute drive down to your studio.
Jeez.
That's right. I'm used to driving.
Right, you zang, innit?
I'm a traveller. Well, I'm not an official traveller, but...
Yeah, traveller's better than the driver, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, driver, yeah, there's a whole other... You know about that stuff, innit?
What?
The words and terms.
Words and
the
terms.
legalese.
Oh, the legalese and the...
Yeah. So there's a difference between travelling, which is what you said, and driving.
Yeah.
Driving is apparently... Driving means you're doing some form of commerce. You're doing some form of...
if you're a driver, you're a
You're a driver. That's
DPD
why you've got.
driver.
Yeah, that's why you got taxi driver, bus
Yeah.
driver, truck driver. You
It's
know,
like
these people
it's
are
like
all.
police officer,
Yeah.
army officer.
Yeah.
It's a title.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
And that's a good segue because the reason I wanted to chat to you
Yeah.
was that we had a wicked conversation a little while ago to do with the army.
Yeah.
Obviously, how I know you is through the film world. You know, we've been on set here and there on a few different things over the years.
Do you want to explain which kind of films?
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Feature films.
Feature films.
Yeah, I would call them that, right? Things like Pan.
Yeah.
And,
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Things like that.
Yeah. And but yeah, so we had this conversation about the army because you're saying you were ex-army and whatnot, and I didn't know about that. And you told me this thing to do with the marching.
Yeah. I was thinking about that on the way
Yeah,
down.
man, and that really struck me. You probably the way I responded, you were probably like, "Oh, fucking hell, this guy's." But I was like,
It's
"Yo,
getting deep. It was getting into a long conversation.
yeah."
On
But
the phone.
I was it really made a lot of sense as to what, like I was saying, you know, earlier, if you heard me, I was talking about how I couldn't understand how people would go and you know, just kill other people that they don't know for people that they don't know. Like, you don't know these are just people you see on the TV or whatnot, and they're saying, yeah, this is what we want to do, so you should go and do it. And I was like, rah, it really didn't make sense to me how people could kind of, even while you're there, wouldn't you feel a bit like, oh, something's not right here? But then when you told me about the left, right thing, it just really struck like, yo, for real, that's hypnotism, isn't it? Like, they really are hypnotizing you. So, like, let's go from the beginning. What was it? How did you get into the army, first of all? Like, what made you, you know, what made the decision to go? Like, how did that
when I
manifest?
was at school, I was doing GCSEs. You know, you get like your work experience and you look for what careers you want. So I started looking at the military then, RAF, Navy, Army. But I was looking at being an Army officer, but it says you need A levels. So then I really got into like studying and stuff like that. Wanted to do well at school, go to college, get the A levels, do that. But I was short-sighted from like the age of 11, so I needed glasses to see. Long distance, and I thought that wasn't good enough. I thought like I had a bit of a not disability, like a defect. I thought I wouldn't be a good soldier because I wasn't 100%.
Yeah.
So I just left school, went to college, didn't finish any course. I did a public services course till I go into the police, fire, stuff like that. Just fucked around, started drinking at 17, and stuff like that. Girls, obviously, come into the mix. So I just ended up doing random jobs. I was a gym instructor, worked at a GNC, health foods, doing security, bit of door work, just going out partying, meeting friends, till I was about 26.
So when you say like, so gym instructor, did you do the full course to do it? Or
Yeah,
was
the
it
level,
just that?
level 2 gym instructor, fitness instructor, and then I was working in the Virgin Active for a while.
Yeah, so you jumped around from a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
like,
kind of the
maybe
same
that's
kind of sort of area of jobs. And then I had laser eye surgery. My mum's dad, my granddad, who I didn't really know, he left her some money, so she paid for me to get laser eye surgery back in like 2007, something like that. So I had that done. I was like, right, I'm going to join the army. So I had a couple of friends I was going out partying with. They were Royal Marine Commandos. So I was out partying with them, and they just seemed like really good, confident, decent guys. Do you know what I mean? Got loads of stories, like chatting. You know, like we were chatting on the set of. Can we talk about it? Can we say the name?
What, the
Of
new
film?
one?
The film that's coming out. Are we allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I don't know, you know.
I don't know. Should we not?
Yeah, maybe not.
It's about a black spider.
Yeah,
It's coming
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but she's white though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The
That'd
name,
give
the
it
title.
away, innit?
But,
that should be a good enough clue for you, look.
yeah, they seem like decent guys. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for that. So did a bit of training, went to the career centre. I was like, right, want to join the Navy, want to be a Royal Marine Commando. And they said, right, you've got an unspent criminal conviction. I had a Section 3 public order offence or something for just fighting with friends in town one night, pissed up. And they said you'd have to wait 3 years. This was when I was 25. They said I'd have to wait 3 years before I could join the Navy and the Royal Marines. So I was like, no, fuck that.
Why was that?
Because you can't join if you've got an unspent conviction. like criminal conviction. You've got to wait. But the army, however, don't care.
Wow.
Like, as long as it's spent, you could be don't know if you go as far as being a rapist or a murderer, but you can have a criminal record and still get in.
And he's like, yeah, you're right. Don't worry.
But they didn't have, well, what I thought was you couldn't be a commando, you couldn't get a green beret in the army. So I was like, right, I'll go for parachute regiment, go for paratraining.
I'll see.
So I did that for 6 weeks, and it wasn't for me. It's like training to be a footballer or a rugby player. It's the same kind of thing, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's totally different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did that. I was like, no, it's not me. Left. They give you shit for leaving. Like, oh, you fucking not a man and all this bullshit and blah blah blah. I was like,
Is that like to entice you back in?
yeah, it's reverse psychology. Isn't it? They're like, oh well, what would your parents do and shit like this.
Yeah, it's a way to.
But you're just like, I was like, no, I don't want this. It's like if you start a job at a company, you're like, no, it's not me. You just say. Some people don't, and they do it do the job for their life. Do you know what I mean? I could have been stuck, but it wasn't me. So came out for a year, just fucked around again, random jobs, and then thought, fuck it, I'll go back. I could be a mechanic or something like this. I was chatting to the careers advisor in the careers centre, and he's saying, you can be a commando by joining the Army, the Navy, or the RAF. Then he went on to say commandos were created as like an elite force by Winston Churchill and his associates and whatever. About 1945, they started did commando training up in Arbroath in Scotland. So any arm or branch of the military could be a commando. They had to do the course. So it's like it's like being a personal trainer. If you're a gym instructor, you've got to do the course, then that's you.
Yeah.
So you could be an RAF commando, Navy commando, Royal Marines. Royal Marines used to be the infantry, or like the foot soldiers of the Navy. But then the Royal Marines took over the role of training commandos, like after World War II, something like that, because they were a sea-based force, so they were better suited to do the training. They were based like in Poole, in Dorset, Arbroath, Scott, on the coast. They had coastal bases. So they were better to train the commandos. Then they became like the Royal Marine Commandos.
Oh, seen.
Yeah.
They just managed to take like Bogart. They're like, bruv, we're taking over this shit.
So everyone says, if you say, I was a commando, they're like, oh, Royal Marines. You're like, no, Army Commando. And they were the first commandos.
Is there any, animosity between the two?
No, it's a course. It's the commando course that you do. The Royal Marines do their basic training and then their, like, say, phase 2 training before they do the actual commando training portion. Obviously, they have their own like way of doing it. But then if you join from the Army or the RAF, you still have your phase 1, your phase 2 specialist, and then your commando. So it took normally for military training, phase 1 and 2 takes, I think they're both 40 weeks around there. So you're looking at 28 weeks.
28
until
weeks.
you're trained in your trade and as a soldier. But then if you do the commando course after, you're looking at another 19 weeks, something like that. So it took me a whole year to get my green beret, be a trained commando.
Wow.
So yeah, then once you trained, you go to your regiment or your battery. It's called in the artillery. Is what I joined. It's not like a platoon. It's a battery.
It's called a battery.
It's called a battery of guns. Yeah.
And explain what that is, because that sounds like.
I don't know. I think it's just because like batteries are like placed 9 together and it's like
cells,
the things are called charges that you put through. I don't know, something like that.
See, there's some word magic something in there, boy.
Yeah. So and you're not a private. You're a gunner.
You're a gunner.
So I was gunner, and then my surname.
What, GUNNER?
Yeah, gunner. You're a gunner.
And so you're a gunner.
Gunner, yeah. That's like your first rank. That's like you just one up from being a fucking recruit.
That's crazy. The phonetics of that. You're a gunner. You're a gunner. That's crazy, man.
So, do that. So I went to the regiment. I'm not going to talk about which regiments it was or anything. I don't want to bring anything into disrepute or whatever.
This is
because I'm better than that. Better than that.
Yeah. And this is your experience. It's nothing to do with them.
It's not representing anyone or anything. So yeah, then I joined the regiment where I was based down in Plymouth. I was there for maybe two months. I think I passed out just before passing out is when you complete your training, you get your...
Oh, I thought you was actually talking about...
It's called a passing out. And it's at the end of the hardest thing you've ever done. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Bruv,
more wording there. You pass out.
What I mean?
Right, yeah, you passed out. You're dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. This is crazy, the amount of like word magic involved in this.
Yeah.
It's
So,
almost like they're getting you prepared for
yeah.
something.
Well, it's like the grammar and the thing you were talking about. Them, it's all words and stuff.
Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
And then symbols.
Exactly that.
Every regiment has a cap badge and a symbol and a Latin motto.
And do you know what them mottos mean?
I looked at the one for the artillery the other day. It's something fast du cunt or something. I can't remember what it was, but something like that. Type it in somewhere. Royal Artillery Latin motto or something. It's something everywhere with. I should know that.
I'll have a look.
And so,
But yeah, I was there for about 2 months. I passed out just before my 27th birthday, so I joined quite late. Most guys join. We can join at 16 and a half. Harrogate is the
16 and a half.
Military college Harrogate. You can join from 16 and a half. Might be even younger. So
You
go
serious?
To college. Yeah. Go to college, and then you move on to
then-
whatever. So I joined quite late, so I wasn't really like. I knew what they were doing when they were trying to say things and like get you to do stuff or whatever. So I was just like, whatever, just do your stuff whilst you're there, get on with it.
Well, as in you could tell
Do you know
they're
what I mean?
sort of working the brain.
Yeah, but that's what I want. That's just what I wanted at the time. I was like, right, I want to be a soldier, I want to be a commando, and that was it. There was nothing else.
And so when you're thinking about I want to be a soldier, I want to be commando, was it those guys that you were chatting to that impressed you about it, that you were thinking about?
That's what I
Or
wanted.
was it the action, like you were thinking
No.
about what it's going to be like on the field?
No, I didn't think about that. Like
And-
you can't think about that at the beginning because you won't get through it. You've got every day. You've got a list of things that you need to be doing or targets you need to hit, fitness times, whatever, shooting on the range, tests. You get tested every week on everything. You've got to hit that. If you're looking ahead, now when you start, if I was looking ahead to the last day, commando training, commando test, it's 30 miles, carrying 10, 11 kilos
Jeez.
across Dartmoor in like 7 hours, 45 minutes, 30 miles. And your first test is 1.5 miles, yeah? So if you're thinking about that, you're never going to, do you know what I mean?
Yo. Yeah, so
So-
and so obviously they're building you up to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's like little steps.
Yeah.
But because I was a gym instructor and I played American football from the age of 17 as well, till I was 26, till I joined the army. So I was used to like training, doing all shit like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't, that side of it wasn't
Yeah,
really.
it wasn't, and I was fit enough when I went. So
And then so once you get your Green Beret.
yeah, you get
said-
your Green Beret, you get like long weekend, and then you go to your chosen regiment. I was there for like 2 months, then we had I was there for about 2 weeks, and then we had Christmas break. So 2 weeks off at Christmas. Then we're back for January, February, and then March I was in Afghanistan.
You serious?
Yeah, which will then lead on to what we're probably going to talk about.
Yeah. Maybe we should bring his
What happened when I was there.
his stand down a little bit.
Down, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that good?
it's
Done it?
Kind of
I can do it.
covering
I
his
can do it.
face. Shout out to the panda. He cussed me out because my face was covered for most of last week still. Yeah, big up my KFC crew. Shout out to Anyway to God. He says capping human potential, reducing the governing thoughts to lower expressions and experiences in life, then calling this lower level of existence
That's right.
humanity when it's animality. Yep. Bars. That's bars right there. It's exactly what's going on. Nice one, JM. What's going on, bruv? He's in the building. All right, we good now? Yeah, I
you
thought-
can move over a little
Yeah,
bit more
you're on
if
the
you
wrong
Yeah,
side,
yeah,
mate.
sorry, man.
You're on the
You know
wrong
what I mean?
side.
That's
Oh, I
better,
was
yeah.
just
Get in
trying
the
to show
coral,
them.
get in the coral. You sank to the bottom. It's that density.
Yeah. Man, this is crazy. So yeah, like
Yeah.
obviously going through the steps. So at that point now, you're saying, so you got the Green Beret, you
Yeah.
had 2 weeks off, you said.
Yeah, I was there for about a week, 2, and then 2 weeks off for Christmas.
2 weeks off
And
of
then
Christmas.
2 months just doing some training. I trained to be a signaller, so you train in radios and stuff like that to like call in the artillery fire. I passed the level 1 course, but I failed the level 2 course.
Was that, and that's just a 2-month course, the whole
No,
together.
it's like a couple of weeks or something.
Oh.
It's just hard to use like code and like coordinates on maps and grid references and shit like that. But I was shit at it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely bollocks. Like I was there to like, I wanted to load the gun, the 155mm shell like that in the thing and fire off stuff. That's what I wanted to do. So I was there. I couldn't do signalling. I was shit, mate. It's like you can't do maths. You just can't do it. Or whatever.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah,
do
yeah.
signalling, but they passed me anyway.
you serious?
Yeah. Because they don't want it. It's like GCSEs. They don't want them grades and Ofsted and.
So certain school, like, they don't want their
they had to
stats
pass.
to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they passed it, and then.
That's a bit dangerous,
So
isn't
a
it?
couple of months doing up. Yeah. Well, I'll come on to that.
Jeez.
Couple of months doing that, some training, whatever, and then we get a date and we go shipped out. And then you're there in Afghanistan. You do 2 weeks acclimatization.
Wait. How did you? What kind of plane did you get there? I know
like
it weren't no regular.
So, like an American 2-floor, like jumbo jet, like a big American jumbo jet, like you'd see on like a Hollywood film.
Green and shit.
One of them. No, regular, like a civilian plane, but it's a military plane, if you know what I mean. It's like hired out.
Bulletproof and shit.
Maybe not.
Bulletproof planes, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the next one, boy.
Yeah.
Bulletproof planes. Bulletproof
veins.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah. We'll probably get into that next as well.
Yeah, you fly out there, you stop over at, thinking like Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that for like a day, and then you go in a Hercules plane, which is like the military one.
Hercules
with the big, it's the big green military one with the huge fucking.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on
engines.
about, isn't it?
Yeah.
The bulletproof shits,
Don't know if the
camouflage and shit.
Yeah, it's green.
Yeah.
Useless in the sky, but so yeah, you get on that and you go to like Camp Bastion, which is like a little city in the middle of Afghanistan, or the top of the green zone, the Southern Helmand. Sorry.
How many of you lot in this
In the
bulletproof
Hercules,
planes?
that's
man?
everyone that you've gone with, like in your regiment, I think. So what is that? I don't know. Like,
And what? So is that
60
like
people?
Yeah, 60 people. And so you guys have been with each other throughout the 2 months, or this is just
Yeah. Oh, I'd been with. They've been together. There were me and I think 3 other guys that were from the same training, like group. So we went there. So all these other guys have been together years. But I'll go on to something else that we talk about.
Yeah.
I was with them, didn't really get to know them, but for 2 months, do you know what I mean? Just in passing and stuff like that. So you get there and you do 2 weeks acclimatization, so you get used to the weather. It's went in the summer, it's 50 degrees there every day.
Later, 50 degrees.
50 degrees Celsius.
So how are you
centigrade,
dealing
whatever.
with that?
That's what the 2 weeks is for. It's like a 2-week holiday. You get out in the sun. You take your anti-malaria tablets.
Yeah, what they provide
like
them. They provide them to you, and you have to take
But
them.
there's it's like you're doing a clinical trial. I think they give you night terrors and like psychosis.
What, the
psychotic
malaria
dreams
tablets?
and stuff. Yeah. So lads stop taking them after a few days because you're just having mad dreams.
So wait, when you land, is it like they've got there's a box full of all this stuff that you need?
Wait, I'm trying to think. So you get back, you have like a briefing. So you'll go to you'll get your accommodation, which is like a tent, and then you have like a briefing and stuff. I don't know if I should be talking too much detail about this. We get there, you have like a briefing, and you just get told a load of you just get G'd up, and they tell you all this good shit and why you're there, and do you know what I mean? One of their favourite things is saying, do it for the guy next to you.
Wow.
Do it for him, which you would because it's your guy.
Love that neighbour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Be a hero.
Kill someone else's.
Yeah.
So yeah, you acclimatise for 2 weeks, and then in that 2 weeks they show you how to look for IEDs, improvised explosive devices. Within a couple of weeks, something you'd think could take like a year to learn how to do properly, don't you?
What?
Yeah, within 2 weeks, and some other stuff, how to just stuff related to being in the desert.
This is like minefield juggling, isn't it? Minefield thing you're
like
talking about.
Someone's made a
Yeah.
explosive device out of a phone and a car battery, and
so you're set,
you have like a pokey stick thing, and basically you just.
Well, if you poked the button by accident, man, jeez.
But yeah, so you do all that, and then
And what? So them teaching you something like that? Is it like they've got a special room or a special area
it's
where
a training area, yeah.
And they've got these special sticks for this task?
Yeah, it's I can't remember what it was.
You know,
it's like a stick on a stick, and you move the stick forward, and you like poke in the sand, and you move it forward an inch, and you poke in the sand.
So they're showing you
touch
the safest
something, you dig
way.
away to reveal, then you have to get someone else to come along.
Okay. So yeah, it's the safety procedures.
Testing
basically.
my memory now, mate. It's like 12 years ago.
Yeah, no. I hear that. I mean, it's just interesting. Like, what depth do they go to teach you something? Like you said, that should be probably taught.
Bare minimum.
Yeah,
is the words that come to mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then so from there, how, like, because obviously you go over there. What are you going over there with? Like, have you got a bunch of clothes with you? Like, what?
Yeah, so, yeah, you've got your. I was there just. I started training when they had the old. It was called DPM. DPM. It was called like your regular camouflage. It's called
We've got
dispersed pattern material. DPM. Dispersed pattern material. That's what I started training in, and then they went to MTP, which is multi-terrain pattern, which is your light greens, your light like your creams, your brown, and that works in desert and like the green zone.
Okay.
I'm talking about green zone. Bear in mind, so you're training in the UK weather.
Oh yeah.
Things are wet. You got to keep things dry, stuff like this. You can keep shit dry. You know how to maintain yourself in the outdoors, and then you go to a desert. Does that make sense? That's like I was saying, like a footballer, and then he's got a rugby game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
It makes no sense. Like you shit hot, you keep your feet dry. You can make a fire in a fucking thunderstorm, and then you're in a desert. You got no skills in the desert.
Yeah. And that's a whole new world then.
Yeah.
And and it's 50 degrees weather
in
and
the summer.
You got to have all your gear on as well, like
helmet, everything, mate. You have a t-shirt. You have your ceramic plated body armor, everything. Did
them malaria tablets get you prepared for that type of shit?
I stopped taking them. I stopped taking them, mate. I'm quite a pleasant guy, like easygoing and friendly. I was taking these tablets and just having mad dreams, like killing and shit like that.
Serious?
Like, no joke. Ask anyone in the military who's had them, and everyone I spoke to since has said everything's bullshit. Even people that I know, guys that are still in, and they know it's bullshit, but they've now got mortgages, kids, cars, wives, girlfriends, fucking.
So the money keeps it going.
It's one of them, yeah. It's like people stay in a job for 20 years that they hate for just to pay shit off.
And I guess like for a lot of them as well, they don't feel like it's ever gonna get